All right, welcome back to part number 3 in this video series, all about Bitcoin basics. And in this video, we're going to be talking about Bitcoin exchanges. In other words, how to buy and sell Bitcoin. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any of the future videos that I'm going to be doing for you. So let's talk about how to buy and sell Bitcoin. There's actually a couple options. The first is very simply person to person. So you could come to me and say, Chris, I want to buy Bitcoin. And we look at the price and I say, okay, great. Here, give me your address, your public key. I'll send you a Bitcoin. You give me cash and we're good to go. And you can do that either digitally or physically. So if you have a paper wallet with a private and a public key, I can give that to you and you can give me cash or gold or cars or whatever. Or you could go to localbitcoins.com, which is kind of a, I guess like an eBay, for lack of a better term, of Bitcoin, where you just deal with one-on-one, one person, one buyer, one seller. Which I don't really think is the most efficient way, and you're probably going to overpay if you do that. The second option is dealing with an exchange, which is basically a virtual meeting place for people to buy and sell at an agreed market price. Just like the stock market works and the futures market works, there's an exchange where you have a ton of people looking to buy and a ton of people looking to sell, and everybody is buying and selling. And through that, you have what's called price discovery, where you find out what the true market value is based on supply and demand. It makes it really efficient and just really good for all market participants. So how do exchanges work? Basically, what an exchange is and what they do is they provide an efficient environment for people to buy and sell cryptocurrencies. This isn't just for Bitcoin. You also have, Litecoin exchanges and all the other alternate coins. Most of those have their own exchange. Bitcoin has the most market volume, the biggest market cap, the most value out there, which is why we're focused on Bitcoin. Now, the way that this works is the website or the exchange takes a percentage of the trade, anywhere usually from 0.1% as high as 1%. So it can be pretty expensive if you're not careful. You really need to make sure that you're trading through the right exchanges. And the way that you get this started is you basically sign up with an exchange to start trading. And some of them do require verification, especially if you're going to be linking a bank account or moving Bitcoins into fiat currency. So let's talk about some of the popular exchanges. And at the time of this video, there are 4 or 5, and we'll go through and talk about each one. But just know over the next couple of years, this could change because Bitcoin, again, is a really new environment. And I see some issues with some of the exchanges, and I see a lot of opportunity for improvement. So we'll have to see how this evolves over the next few months and years. The first is Coinbase, and if you're in the U.S. and you're just getting started with Bitcoin, I think this is just a really great way to get started. So Coinbase, it's technically an exchange, but I don't think it's the best place to buy and sell. Their fees are pretty high, but the nice thing is that if you're in the States, you can actually link this directly to your bank account and buy and sell Bitcoins pretty quickly. And in the next video, I'm going to do a tutorial on exactly how to sign up with this and how to get your first Bitcoins. So the second option is Bitstamp, and I really like Bitstamp. It's pretty much the same as BTCE. They have a lot of the same functionalities. Mt. Gox is a overseas account, at least for us in the States, it's overseas. I'm not a fan of Mt. Gox. I'm just speculating here, but I think they do have solvency issues. I don't know how legitimate they really are. I'm not even going to go into detail on that, but the final one, and I really enjoy trading through Bitfinex. This is the one that I actually short through. So you can make money buying long, buy low, sell high, but you can also make money if the price of Bitcoin goes down, which is called shorting, where you sell first and then buy back at a lower price. And one thing we'll look at is bitcoinaverage.com. And again, I'm going to have all these links in the description of the YouTube video, so feel free just to click down below after you like up the video and just look through all those links. I'll have all these resources for you. So one thing we'll just do is take a look at these websites. So that was Coinbase. Here you have Bitstamp. You can buy and sell. They have their own market price. Also, BTCE, very, very similar, has its own market price. And one thing I noticed is, at least at the time of this video, Bitstamp and BTCE, their prices are relatively similar, where Mt. Gox, because of some of their liquidity issues, you'll notice the price tends to be a lot higher than the other markets. So I don't really look at Mt. Gox as a true representation of the Bitcoin value. And then the final one is Bitfinex, which is a great one where you can actually lend Bitcoins for people that want to trade on margin or want to short, because to short, you actually borrow Bitcoin. We'll talk about that in a future video. But if we take a look here at Bitcoin Wisdom, this is actually a chart. But the first thing I want to do is take you to bitcoinaverage.com, and this is where you can basically get a feel for the market cap and the average market price. So I'm going to switch to one Bitcoin base. So you'll notice that the global average in US dollars, and you can change to whatever currency you want to use, but I'm using US dollar. At the time of this video, it's 857. And if we look at the exchanges, one thing, if you come down here, you'll notice a list of exchanges. And there's really only 4 or 5 exchanges that are doing any real volume. You can see there's a ton of these little guys that the percentage of volume is close, if not 0%. So really the top 4, and you'll notice right here, the top 4 that are listed are BTCE, Bitstamp, Mt. Gox, and Bitfinex. And at the time of this video, again, everything is real-time sensitive now because the market is really changing quickly. But you'll notice that about 99% of the Bitcoins traded are on one of these 4 exchanges. Okay, and so the average price between these 4 is 856. And if you look at the price of Mt. Gox, 962, that is significantly different than the other 3, right? So that's something just to really be aware of. And if we go, actually, let's just keep moving forward here. So what is the price of Bitcoin? The price of Bitcoin is very simply whatever 2 people can agree to buy and sell a Bitcoin. So you could go to Joe Schmo on the street and say, look, I'll pay you $5 for a Bitcoin. And if he's stupid, he'll be like, okay, cool, give me $5 and here's a Bitcoin. And you can go to the market and sell it for whatever the market price is. But exchanges remove the guessing and they remove the friction of buying and selling. And like we just talked about, use Bitcoin average for the average market price. And for charting, and in the next video, and the later videos, when we talk about how to make money trading Bitcoin, you can use bitcoinwisdom.com or TradingView for charts, where I actually post all of my trades and predictions on TradingView. And so I'll link that up as well below. But if we go back to Bitcoin Wisdom, one thing you'll notice is you have a couple of different prices here. So you have the Mt. Gox price, you have Bitstamp, BTCE. You also have BTC China, Litecoin, which is an altcoin. So really just focus on BTCE and Bitstamp, and you can change the time frame. You know, if we want to drill down, you can go as low as a 1-minute chart, and I can use my mouse scroll wheel to scroll in and out. Or if you want to look at a daily, just hit the 1D, and you can scroll in and out there as well. So that's just a good place to kind of get a visual representation. And then over here, this is what we call level 2 or market depth, where you look at the bids and the asks. You can see people who are saying, okay, I'm willing to buy Bitcoin at a certain price, or I'm willing to sell Bitcoin at a certain price. And the difference is called a spread. And we'll dive more into that in the later videos where we talk about actually trading Bitcoin. So don't forget to click here to subscribe to the channel, and you can also watch the next video in this series, which is a tutorial on how to set up and use Coinbase. So please like up the video, share it with your friends, let me know if you have any questions or comments, and I'll see you in the next video.